a dog, an apple, a furniture, an information. Let's talk about articles. Hello everyone, my name is Ehab and this is English in 10, where we talk about English, we practice English, and hopefully in 10 minutes we learn something about English. The topic today is going to be a and an. Okay? Now, I've had many students over the years who have told me that these two things are very confusing for them. They're very frustrating for them. Simply because they really don't have this in their native language. So I understand how these can be frustrating, all right? The key thing that I want to tell you guys when we're using a or an, and I'm going to show you guys examples in a little bit, okay? A and an basically mean one. It's just really another letter for the number one. And that's what both of them mean. So the key thing when you guys are using a and when you guys are using an, the key thing is the noun. And that's what we're going to be spending some time talking about today. So I'm going to show you some examples of when we use a and an. I'm going to show you some examples of when we do not. Okay? So let's go to the board. Okay guys, so the key thing to remember when we are talking about articles, and if you can remember this, I think that this is going to help you guys a lot. When you speak and also when you write, okay? Articles a and an basically equal one, okay? So for example, I have a car. That's okay because car is a noun, okay? And we can count it. Now, what is wrong, and this is what I sometimes hear people speak when they speak, this is what they say, and sometimes I see this in writing because I teach writing as well. I have a cars, okay? This is wrong, incorrect, okay? Because again, a means one, all right? So we can never say I have a cars. That would be incorrect, all right? Now, students ask me, can I use something else other than a or an? Yes, you can, if you would like to, okay? So instead of saying this, you can also say I have my car. I have this car. I have that car. You can even use a number. I have one car. That would also be okay as well. Okay, so anyways, these are other things we can use, but again, our focus is going to be on that. And also, when do we use and? Because there is a difference between both of these. All right, so let's take a look at the next examples, okay? Okay, next I want to talk about when. When do we use a and when do we use an? Because there is a difference between both of them. Sure, both of them mean one. Okay, so you always want to make sure that the noun is countable and that it is singular. But in addition to that, something that's also important is going to be the first letter of that noun. If the first letter is a vowel or vowel sound, A, E, I, O, or U, we're going to have to say an. We cannot say a. If it's any other letter, okay, any other letter, then we say a. So, Lisa eats an apple. I could say, if you want, Lisa eats an orange. Okay, because it is a vowel sound. Tom has a cat. Tom has a dog. Tom has a house. If it's not a vowel, if it's not A, E, I, O, U, or vowel sound, then we use a. Now, the next thing, of course, is going to be the noun. we have to make sure that that noun is countable. And if it's not countable, what I want to talk about is how do we change it so that we either use a noun that might be part of that category, which is countable, or we can add something that comes before the noun to make it countable. For example, they have a furniture. I can't say that. That's wrong because furniture is non-count. However, within this category, there are many nouns which are countable. So, they have a bed. That's okay. They have a sofa. That's fine. They have a table. That's okay. He has a water. Usually we don't say that because usually liquids are not countable, but we can change it and make it countable. So, he has a cup of water. So, these are two other ways that we can make something countable. All right, let's get a little bit of practice. I'm going to put some more examples on the board, and we're going to try to figure out if we're going to use a or if we're going to use an. All right, everyone, let's get a little bit of practice. Again, not too much. I put 5 sentences on the board. There is a blank in each one, and we're going to try to figure out, do we say a, do we say an, or do we say nothing? All right, let's try it. Tom wears blank jacket. Do I put a or an or nothing? Okay, if you said a jacket, you're right, because jacket is a count noun and it is singular. One jacket. So this is okay. They swim in blank pool. Should be a pool for the same reason. Pool is count. It is a noun. It is a count noun and it is singular. We're only saying one. Sarah has blank knowledge about computers. Okay, this one should be nothing. Okay, knowledge, guys, is non-count noun. Okay, it is a noun, but we cannot count it. And there's no way that we can count it. So you can just say Sarah has knowledge about computers, and that's it. Tom ate chicken soup. What do you guys think for this one? This one should be nothing. Okay? Soup, guys, is a noun, but it's non-count. Now, if I changed it and said Tom ate a bowl of chicken soup, that would be okay. So, a lot of times we have nouns that are non-count, but we can change them and we can make them countable. Linda took picture. This one's okay. Linda took a picture. All right, guys. I want to get to the conclusion for this, and I'm going to show you some examples of how we can use a or an in our everyday life. All right, guys, for the conclusion, I just wanted to show you some examples of when you guys are going to use the articles a and an, specifically when we're talking about life or daily life, when we are talking about school, if those of you are students and you're in school still, or maybe even work. All right. So, life, I drive a car. I need to say a because car is one. I saw a movie. Let's say I said I saw a movie last night. Gotta say a. I eat out in a restaurant. Again, it's countable. I rent an apartment. Remember, if the letter is a vowel, A, E, I, O, U, I need to say an. School. I took a test last week. Gotta say A because test we can count. I have a teacher. I read a book. I use a pencil. All of them, we need to say A. For work, I use a computer. I talk to a manager. I have a desk. So, when you guys are using a and an, just as a conclusion, always look at the nouns. We are going to be talking about nouns a little bit more in another lesson because nouns are a little bit complicated, especially in English, as far as trying to figure out if the noun is countable or if it is non-count. Anyways, guys, that's the end of today's lesson. I hope you learned something in 10 minutes. Until next time, bye for now.